This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Monday, August 28th, 2017. The title of this rant is Fascism, Pardons, Impeachment, and just that one other word. And this is like a very painful one for me to talk about because it's about the deliberate hurting of people of color because someone's in a position of power and that's what they want to do and that's what they're doing. So in terms of the definition of fascism, it exalts nation and race above the individual and is very targeted with, let's just say, autocratic governance, which basically means suppression of opponents. Opponents, in a lot of ways, people of color. So we have Joe Arpaio out of Arizona who has been targeting brown people for years and years and years. Who arrests them, who targets them, who beats them, who puts them into concentration camps, holding them even though they are United States citizens, targeting them as if they are illegals. And basically, he was proud of what he did. He was told to stop numerous times and didn't. And the reason why he didn't do it, he is basically a fascist and a white supremacist. And of course, the betrayer of trust has pardoned him. Because, hey, the betrayer of trust, now the instigator of hate, they're both into this fascism. They're both into authoritarianism. They're basically, they're fucking mean people. And they don't even have to be mean. They have the power. They don't have to be that way. They want to be that way. And this pardon of Joe Arpaio is the sign by the instigator of hate that, hey, if you got my back, especially in terms of all of the Russian Gate scandal that's going on several levels right now, hold tight, a pardon is coming. Very sickening to me. Now, of course, that might not be the case if we would have some of the members of Congress and people all over the United States, but especially members of Congress, show that they actually have some short and curlies and talk about impeachment and talk about the blowback that's going to be had if there's anything like any other pardons like that was just given. But the thing is, this will not happen right now. And the reason why it will not happen right now is because of the last word that I wanted to talk about, which is collaboration. And that is, we know the instigator of hate got a lot of his votes from white, non-college educated voters. But he also got a tremendous amount of votes from white educated voters who knew exactly who he was and were willing to turn their nose, their head, whatever you want to call it, to get this guy in. And the biggest reason they wanted to get this guy in was because they would follow him because he would be able to give them the holy grail of white man's orgasms, and that is tax cuts for the rich. So all of this stuff is all part of the most important thing to the white, educated Republicans and Democrats who voted for the instigator of trust was tax cuts for the rich. And of course, at the same time, it's all about power. It's all about race. It's all about collaboration in terms of using autocratic rule to hurt people just because you want to inflict pain on them. And that's what's going on right now. And we will see how long these collaborators are willing to follow the instigator of hate.